In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives.
Welcome back to GMA3. That was Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde making a direct plea to President Trump during her sermon at Tuesday's inaugural prayer service in Washington.
The Episcopal bishop calling for the president, who was seated just feet away, to have mercy on the LGBTQ community and immigrants. And joining us now from D.C. is Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde. Thank you so much for being with us. I have to ask you, why in that moment did you decide to mention LGBTQ and migrant people?
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be with you today. I would say that I was acutely aware, because of my pastoral role here among the congregations I serve, that these were two particular groups of people who are very, very at ease now and sometimes deeply frightened. And I wanted to humanize people that had been increasingly characterized in broad categories in an extremely negative light, and to remind all of us of their humanity and their place in our lives and in our families.
Did you feel any type of anxiety with President Trump sitting just feet away from you regarding how your message might be received?
Well, I feel anxiety every time I preach a sermon. It's an audacious responsibility. So that was always with me. And I think you can understand that, given the audience and given that I was speaking with the President of the United States, yes, I certainly felt a few butterflies in the stomach, to be sure.
There are people who have cheered for what you did, and also people who have criticized. What do you say to those people who say that wasn't the right moment to make this comment?
Well, you know, everyone is entitled to their opinion, of course, and not every sermon or any speech is well received by everyone. So I certainly respect people who disagree, both with the content and with the timing of the message. That's to be expected in an address of this kind. I would simply say that I am open to conversations in a spirit of respect and honoring each other's dignity and listening to one another. And that's just part of my life as a preacher.
Throughout the campaign, President Trump, or candidate Trump at the time, said he was going to crack down on immigration. He is now president again, and the crackdown has begun. In light of your sermon, What do you make of the recent crackdown on immigration into this country?
Well, as you said, he is doing exactly what he promised he would do. And people have been aware of that and preparing for the worst, although never quite knowing what to expect. So I wasn't expecting that my words would have a transformative effect. I was hoping, given now that he is president, he's no longer campaigning, given that he has lots of ways to make decisions. As I said, I was asking for mercy and for a recognition that not all immigrants can be described by a word, particularly a word such as criminal.
You know, when you look at kind of where politics is in our country, there's such deep division. People feel so passionately on very different sides about things. How do you think in this moment that we find a way to come together and have respect and mercy for each other?
Well, that's what I was trying to say all along. And it takes practice. It takes commitment. It takes an acknowledgement that none of us are without fault in the context that you're describing, and to do our very best in every form of communication that we have with our families, with our neighbors, with the people that we disagree with those we disagree with, very strongly, to remember that the person we are addressing or speaking about is another human being, another child of God, worthy of dignity and respect, and to try and listen to one another with openness and humility, and to put our own views forward as clearly and as persuasively as we can, but to do that as well in a spirit of respect and for the ways that we listen to one another so that we can truly work together.
Let's listen to one another, truly work together. Bishop Mariann Edgar Budde, thank you for your time. We appreciate you being with us.
Sure. Thank you.